evening and welcome to your Channel 3 Evening News Report. I'm Kristen Struckmeyer.
And I'm Rachel Chang. Tonight's top story is Huckleberry Finn. Our reporters are working to uncover the meaning under Mark Twain's acclaimed novel and the significance behind the themes of lies, hypocrisy, and phoniness.
Huck Finn is known to pile lie on top of lie and does not seem to learn from his consequences. Lying takes on various forms within the novel and takes up most of the complex characters in the story.
Twain brings in the idea of hypocrisy several times throughout Huck's big adventure. It is very often seen when making a comment about the lack of uncivilized people in the novel. Twain uses hypocrisy to satirize many of his characters and their aberrant ideals.
Phoniness is continually represented in the majority of the characters of the novel, and which is filled with con men, scams, and endless duplicity, which creates the unique, ongoing, and upbeat plot in the story.
Let's watch the clip and see what's happening.
Amen. Now, it's important that we all live for brotherly love and forgiveness, because that's God's greatest gift to us. And it is also important that thou shalt never kill. Do we all understand that? All right.
Amen.
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 Hey!
Settle down there. Settle down. Let's take this outside, all right? Let's everybody take this outside. All right?
Wake up! Did you hear about the fight between the Shepherdsons and the Grangerfords? Well, let's go check it out!
Ah! I'm gonna kill you.
Got so much to give! This scene demonstrates the hypocritical nature of religion in the novel.
It is comical how the Shepherdsons and Grangerfords can sit in church together and share in a message of brotherly love in one moment, and then shoot each other to death in the next. It is comical as Tom's gang of robbers, which was described as having all the marks of a Sunday school.
The scene is similar to that of the king and the camp meeting. In the meeting, the preacher electrifies a crowd of supposedly pious people, and the king, pretending to be a pirate, asks for the preacher if he could speak with the people.
He then claims he is a changed man who will follow a devout path the rest of his life, and lead others along the same path as him. Ironically, though, the whole disgusting and emotional facade we know that the king is a swindle. In reality, he's a swindler who only speaks religious devotion for the sole purpose of earning money.
Uncles, I'm so thankful you're here for us now.
Yes, it sure is lonely without father. I miss him.
Yes, thank you for coming all the way from England. Here, take $6,000 and invest it for me and my sisters. Don't give us any receipt for it.
Now, dears, don't worry. We'll take great care of it for you. Don't worry about a thing. Don't worry.
This is a thinnest kind of imposter. They have come here with a lot of empty names and facts, which he has picked up somewhere, and you take them for proofs, and you are helped to fool yourselves by these foolish friends here who ought to know that. Please listen to me.
Dr. Robinson, there's no such thing. How dare you say something like that?
I've never seen anything so disgusting, and I've never been so ashamed of the human race.
It is pitiful how religion can be abused in the novel. People seem to preach things and then seem to do the exact opposite in their actions.
As the literary critic William G. Barrett said in regards to the novel, real life, in this case, a world where people tote guns rather than laugh swords, where going by the romantic book means shooting down a defenseless drunk. Whereas Huck rightly says people can be mighty cruel to one another, reasserts itself in a deadly earnest.
When the king and the duke are first introduced, Huck quickly figures out that they are phonies, yet dismisses it and seems to think that they will bring no serious harm. However, during the Wilkes incident, this makes Huck ashamed of the human race. Huck has no more problem with deception and lies in the beginning of the novel, but this passiveness develops into a reputation as he becomes more exposed to the evil and self-serving lies of mankind.
It seems that the adult deceptions and lies in the novel are motivated by greed and selfish purposes. Remember Pat? He deceived the new judge by pretending to be a changed man, claiming he would set his life straight, just for Huck's money. It seems that Huck lies for different purposes.
After the king and duke are challenged by the real Harvey and William Wilkes, the people of the town interrogate Huck, and he is easily exposed. The lawyer, Levy Bell, says, "I reckon you ain't used to lying. It don't seem to come handy. What you want is practice. You do it pretty awkward."
Ironically, we know different. Huck isn't bad at lying. In fact, he becomes almost a master of lies and deception throughout the novel.
However, he can't lie the way adults can. He can't lie for the purpose of obtaining money that isn't rightfully his.
But Huck does tell a significant number of lies, especially lies that involve his family and about his various roles. None are meant to hurt anyone, while the lies and scams of Duke and Dolphin are malicious and intent.
Huck throughout the novel is able to tell the difference between the corrupt, destructive lies and the benevolent ones that he often uses in many cases, which are often used to help others. He also constantly lies about his family. They are often long and complicated. They expose the fact that he is quite alone in this world.
Lies also compose the complicated relationship with Jim and Huck. At first, Jim's kindness seems only one-sided. He lies to protect Huck when Jim finds Huck's father dead in the cabin. On the contrary, Huck lies to fool Jim after the fog scene that nearly separates them. However, later on, when Huck is conflicted by his conscience of stealing from Miss Watson, his lies protect Jim when people ask him if he's carrying a slave, and Huck lies by saying he doesn't.
When they proceed to check, Huck says that his family has the smallpox, and at the end, Huck even deceives others for Jim when he attempts to rescue him from the Phelps farm. He pretends to be Tom Sawyer in order to set Jim free.
He begins to realize the moral wrongness of lying. In the passage, "You can't pray a lie." This almost marks the rite of passage for Huck, in which he undergoes a moral transformation.
But then Tom Sawyer comes along. What's his role? His fibs seem motivated by his idealism and desire for silly adventures. He tries to deceive him and Huck by pretending that they are in romantic rescue missions.
The fact that Huck follows these ridiculous antics questions the idea that Huck has undergone a rite of passage at all. Huck and Tom deceive Aunt Sally and sue us for no purpose at all, risking Jim's permanent enslavement.
And that's all we have tonight for tonight's news. Tune in tomorrow morning on Good Morning Miss Stewart, and we'll teach you how to master the persuasive essay. I'm Kristen Struckmeyer.
And I'm Rachel Chang.
If you want to win the game, you gotta take good aim and get the most marbles with your hippo. Playing Hungry, Hungry Hippos. Hungry, Hungry Hippos.
Hungry, Hungry Hippos is the name of the game, and whoever hippo gets the most marbles wins.
Playing Hungry, Hungry Hippos. Hungry, Hungry Hippos.
I win!
Hungry, Hungry Hippos from Hasbro.
Haven't you just always dreamed of living in a conch shell utopia? Well, now it's time to realize that dream.